Imagine every weapon the Empire of Japan brought to this global conflict. From rugged infantry rifles to bizarre experimental suicide devices. This is every major Japanese weapon used in World War II. Small arms. Japan's infantry weapons formed the backbone of their ground forces, tough, reliable, and often uniquely designed. The Type 38 Arisaka rifle in 6.5mm was the standard rifle for much of the war. Long, durable, and nearly indestructible, it earned a reputation for reliability. The Type 99 Arisaka rifle was its evolution, firing a harder-hitting 7.7mm round. Some versions even had anti-aircraft sight wings that looked impressive, even if rarely used in real combat. The Type 44 Cavalry carbine came with a permanently attached folding bayonet, fitting the Japanese cavalry tactics of the early war. Japan's pistols were more infamous than famous. The Type 14 Nambu pistol was the standard officer's sidearm, functional but awkward, especially in cold weather. The Type 94 Nambu became notorious because it could discharge if pressed in the wrong spot, even without pulling the trigger. Japan deployed few submachine guns, but when they did appear, they mattered. The Type 100 submachine gun was rare, but effective for paratroopers and close-quarters troops. For infantry explosives, Japan relied on several unique devices. The Type 97 hand grenade required pulling a cord to activate, not ideal under stress. In the next 30 seconds, I'll show you the weapons used in this conflict and reveal a final secret project that almost no one was ever meant to see. So keep watching. The Type 99 grenade discharger, known to Allied troops as the knee mortar, was a small squad mortar that delivered surprising accuracy and versatility. Despite the nickname, using it on your knee would absolutely break your leg. Japan also fielded tragic and desperate weapons like lunge mines, explosive charges on poles meant to be thrust into enemy tanks by hand. Machine guns. Japan's machine guns gave their infantry platoons sustained firepower. The Type 96 light machine gun, firing the 6.5mm round, functioned similarly to the British Bren gun, accurate, reliable, and easy to carry. The Type 99 light machine gun, upgraded to the 7.7mm round, and often featured aircraft-style sights. For heavier fire, Japan used the Type 92 heavy machine gun, nicknamed the Woodpecker for its slow, chattering rate of fire. Heavy, tripod-mounted, and extremely durable, it served throughout the war. Artillery and heavy weapons. Japan's artillery emphasized mobility and infantry support. The Type 95 75mm field gun was a common infantry support weapon. The Type 91 10cm Howitzer offered heavier firepower for defensive and offensive operations, especially in China and island fighting. Japan's anti-tank weapons lagged behind their allies. The Type 94 37mm anti-tank gun was quickly outclassed as Allied armor improved. The Type 147mm anti-tank gun finally gave Japan a respectable tank killer, but it arrived too late and in too few numbers. For anti-aircraft defense, the Type 98 20mm anti-aircraft gun provided rapid-fire capability. The Type 88 75mm anti-aircraft gun was Japan's main heavy AA weapon, versatile and widely deployed. Tanks and armored vehicles. Japanese tanks were built for mobility and infantry support, not tank versus tank combat. The Type 95 Heigo light tank was fast and effective early in the war, especially in China, but was hopelessly outmatched by later Allied armor. The Type 97 Chiha medium tank became Japan's most produced tank of the war. The Type 97 Shinhoto Chiha, with its upgraded turret and powerful 47mm gun, finally gave Japan a tank capable of challenging Allied armor, at least in theory. Japan also deployed amphibious tanks like the Type II Kami, designed for naval landing forces, featuring detachable pontoons for seaborne operations. Aircraft weapons. Japan's aviation arsenal was essential to its early war success. The Type 97 aircraft machine gun, based on the Vickers design, fired 7.7mm rounds. The Type 103 heavy machine gun, firing 13.2mm ammunition, equipped fighters like the Ki-84. Japan's aircraft cannons were formidable. The Type 99 20mm cannon, famously used on the A6M0, delivered high explosive firepower. The Ho 520mm cannon had a strong rate of fire and rivaled the best Western aircraft cannons. Japan also built some of the most advanced torpedoes in aviation history. The Type 91 aerial torpedo used in the Pearl Harbor attack had special stabilizing fins that made it effective in shallow water, a major technological achievement. Naval weapons. Japan's Navy created some of the most feared weapons in the world. The Type 93 Long Lance torpedo was the undisputed champion of World War II torpedoes. It used oxygen fuel, giving it extreme range, massive explosive power, and, most importantly, nearly invisible trails. Japan's battleships carried enormous guns. The 46-centimeter naval guns on the Yamato and Musashi were the largest ever mounted on a warship, a symbol of Japan's industrial might. Common naval guns included 127mm dual-purpose weapons used for both anti-ship and anti-aircraft roles. Japan's most widely used anti-aircraft gun was the 25mm Type 96, though it was often criticized for weak fire control and limited effectiveness. Special attack weapons. Late in the war, Japan turned to increasingly desperate measures. The Oka, sometimes called the Baka bomb, was a rocket-powered manned kamikaze glider. Deadly if it reached its target, but usually intercepted. The Kaiten human torpedo placed a pilot inside a modified torpedo, a claustrophobic, nearly hopeless mission. Shinyo explosive boats were small, fast craft packed with explosives for suicide attacks on Allied landing craft. Japan also deployed one of the strangest weapons of the entire war, the Fugo balloon bomb, a hydrogen balloon carrying explosives meant to ride the jet stream to the United States. A few landed successfully, and tragically one caused fatalities in Oregon. By the end of the war, Japan's arsenal told a story: remarkable engineering, resource limitations, and eventually desperate innovation. From the rugged Arisaka rifle to the mighty Long Lance torpedo to the haunting Kaiten, each weapon reflects a chapter of Japan's strategy, culture, and struggle in World War II.